Hello, welcome to Writing Quest. My name is Brendan Pugh, and in today's episode, I'm going to update you on the status of the channel, some projects we got going on, and a few other little announcements and a little bit of news. Here we go. Huzzah! All right, so you may have noticed that I haven't posted any videos in a while. That was mostly because of a few technical issues here in the studio. As you can see and possibly and hopefully hear, I have a new microphone here. My old one kind of crapped out, and so I took the opportunity to upgrade, and so really excited about that. I think it's going to be a great addition to the channel, and also I can kind of keep it out of my face a little bit more, which is really nice. Next on the list is the project updates. So I'm writing along in Last House of the High People. I'm working on the timeline. My outline for the whole series is really starting to shape up really nicely. Obviously, there's a long ways to go. I've still got, to get through book 13, of course, but I have synopsises for everything, and I have a pretty good general direction for everything, so that's going well. Writing is a little bit slower right now, but it is coming along well. I'm in a little bit of a place right now where I'm working on my prose, and I'm wanting to write smaller amounts of words, but better, so that I can, I know that obviously there's always going to be editing and there's always going to be some of that stuff, but I'm trying to write a little bit slower so I can focus on what those words are. So hopefully by the end of it, there's just a little bit less of that backtracking to do. And so, but I'm also just learning a lot of things, and I'm focusing on word choices and sentence structure. And so I'm really just trying to take everything that I'm learning and incorporate it into my writing as I go. But the progress is still going well. I'm really excited about it. Again, I've said this before in another video that I think it's going to end up probably just being a full-length novel, more around like 70,000 words or so. It just seems like that's the story that's happening. That's the story that we're telling. And so I definitely don't want to stifle the story in any way. And so it's going to just end up being, instead of a prequel novella, it's just going to be a prequel novel. And I don't think that I'm going to be very upset about that. I don't think anyone else is either. So that is the status of our projects. Next, I've got two little announcements. I've put this on some social media in the community tab, so you may have seen this, but my brother Aiden over at AuthorQuest, and if you haven't checked out his channel, you should go subscribe to it. He has put out a new ebook called the Codex Archetypum, and it is a ebook all about archetypes and using archetypes in creating your story. And so it's all about, it's got plot archetypes and planet archetypes and, races and different types of archetypes for all sorts of things and how to combine things. And it's kind of like a little bit of a reference guide for if you're trying to build a story and you're not quite sure some of the tools that you can use. Think of this as like a toolbox that you can grab certain things out of. And so that ebook is available now. I have a link in the description below, so make sure to check that out, and you can get that. And also make sure to check out his channel. He's going to be putting out some new videos soon, and it's been a little while for him, so make sure you do that. Next, on the YouTube front, my other brother Logan has started his channel called Gamers Quest. And so, as you can see, we're kind of building out our Quest universe. And so Gamers Quest is all about gaming. So if you are a big game fan, make sure to check that out. He's been playing through Hogwarts Legacy, and so he's been doing a Let's Play version of that. So he's literally just playing through like their hour-long videos. He's just going through the whole story of the game. There's also a couple of other people that are going to be posting on there. I might be posting some videos there as well. Me and my daughter are doing some Pokemon Scarlet videos, so make sure to check those out. But if you haven't already, make sure to go over to Gamers Quest and subscribe. There'll be a link below in the description. So if gaming's your thing, of course, but I think, for me, Writing Quest is more about just writing. It's about storytelling in general. And so games have such a really cool and rich history of having really great stories. I mean, The Last of Us right now is on streaming right now, and that TV show is based on a video game, and everyone is just loving it and eating it up. So again, games are just another part of this puzzle of storytelling. And so if you are a gamer, if you want to check that out, go for it. The link will be in the description, and we hope that we will see you over on Gamers Quest. Next, quick little update on the reading schedule. So I am pretty much, I'm over halfway through The Hunt for Red October. I'm really loving it a lot. The writing is so good. Definitely very different from Brandon Sanderson, so it's been a really nice refresher. Just having gone from, I've been in the Sanderson world for so long, and I've been reading his prose for so long. It's just nice to jump over into someone who's totally different, a totally different genre, totally different style of writing, and just really nice refresher for the palette. And then, so I'm going to be finishing up that hopefully in the next week or two. And then I'm really excited to get into the Farseer trilogy. I've heard great things about it. And I've heard mixed reviews about, like, I've heard a lot of things about Robin Hobb's stuff. I've heard that the whole series of this, what she starts in the Farseer trilogy, is really good. But of course, there's a couple of stories in there that are not so good. So I'm excited to I'm going to commit to at least reading the Farseer trilogy, and then we'll decide where we go from there, whether or not I still like it. But excited about that. And then right after that, I will be jumping back into the Rhythm of War, which is the 4th book in the Sanderson Stormlight Archive. And so if you're following along with that, there'll be reviews for all these books. I'm going to even do one for Hunt for Red October, which will be really fun. Obviously, that book's been out forever, so doing a review of it is, it's not like it's a super new thing, but it's a great story, and I want to share my thoughts on it. So that's where we're at with the reading list. And finally, a little bit of news that you may have saw. I haven't really ever touched on news topics in this, but I'm actually working on a video about this particular subject, so I thought that it was kind of hilarious that this was announced, and I wanted to bring it up. So as you may have seen that they announced they're going to be doing some reboot or a relaunch or remakes or something of The Lord of the Rings. I think what it's actually supposed to be is a continuation. So they're not going to remake Fellowship and Two Towers and Return of the King. They're going to do a actual like continuing into the 4th age, I guess, with Aragorn with the King of Men and stuff. So I've heard that Peter Jackson is signed on. But I haven't heard that he signed on. I've heard that he is potentially, like, there's in talks about that. So he's at least entertaining the idea of being involved. And so I don't know how I feel about it. In today's world of how we've gotten a lot of lackluster remakes and we're getting a lot of lackluster things, the last few Marvel movies have really been kind of okay. And Star Wars has kind of been hit and miss. Like, all these big franchises are so hit and miss about what is coming out and what's been good. I just think that, I don't know, I think under normal circumstances, I would be more excited about it. Like, I love The Lord of the Rings. I love what Tolkien has created. It's probably the biggest inspiration I have. But we just live in a weird world where adaptations are happening. Like Wheel of Time, the adaptation is really kind of just okay. I'm nervous about it tarnishing the reputation of the original movies and then also just not being that great. I personally, Rings of Power to me was, I would say I give it like a 6 out of 10. Like, it isn't horrible, but it didn't really connect with me well. I didn't love it that much. So I bring that to you because I want to start a discussion about it. What do you guys think? Down in the bottom, I mean, obviously, Lord of the Rings is a beloved story. It's one of the greatest stories ever told. And so as writers and as storytellers, this definitely pertains to us. And so most of you, I can imagine, are at least casual fans of Lord of the Rings, if not great fans of Lord of the Rings. And so I'd be interested in your thoughts. So put some thoughts down in the comments below. Let's talk about the Lord of the Rings relaunch, I guess you call it. I don't know, continuation. Let me know what you think. I'd love to talk about it. And I don't know, I guess we'll see. They're going to put it out, so it's getting made. So there's not a whole lot we can do about it other than just talk about it. So, but I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. So that is it for today's update about Writing Quest. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out Codex Archetypum. Make sure to check out the Gamers Quest channel, and make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Writing Quest if you have not done so already. And we will see you next time. Huzzah!